Hello students, I hope you are all doing well in your home in this difficult time of coronavirus problem. So stay in home and be safe. Myself Pratibha Singh Chandel from Department of Microbiology, work in government, Jajwaladev Naveen Girls College, and today we will discuss on DNA replication, its mechanism, and the all of the enzymes which are involved in DNA replication process. DNA, as it is a major store of genetic information, that means it is a basis for inheritance, and it transfers the genetic information from parent cell to daughter cell during cellular reproduction. The DNA must be duplicated. Central dogma, that means the DNA when it replicates it forms the replica copy, again DNA. When it transcription process takes place, from DNA RNA is transcribed, and from RNA it is translated to protein, and thus the flow of information in the cell starts at DNA which replicate to form more DNA. Information is then transcribed into RNA and then translated into the protein. The protein do most of the work in the cell. DNA replication. One of the most important property of DNA is that it forms its additional identical copies. The process of forming its replica copy is called as replication. Replication is the basis of evolution of all morphologically complex form of life. Thus, the duplication or the synthesis of DNA is called replication. DNA replication is semi-conservative. Basically, three models are given, that is dispersive, conservative and semi-conservative, but the semi-conservative mode of replication is true because each replicated duplex daughter DNA molecule contains one parent strand and one newly synthesized strand. The base pairing rule is always maintained. This DNA replication is semi-conservative. It has been also proved by Michelson-Staher experiment. This is the parent DNA, and after the DNA replication we can see the green one is the old one and this red one is the new strand. That means one is half is old and half is new. This is the semi-conservative mode of DNA replication, and the daughter DNA molecule are formed. This is the picture, semi-conservative. One is the original strand and this yellow one is the new strand. Prokaryotic replication. Here we are dealing with prokaryotic replication. Replication in prokaryotes is much better understood than replication in eukaryotes. The basic requirement and the component of replication are the same for prokaryote as for eukaryote. Basic requirement for replication is, first of all, we need substrate, we need template, we need lots of enzyme and protein for the process of replications. The 4-deoxyribonucleoside triphosphate, that is DATP, DGTP, DCTP, DTTP are required, and these are the substrate, the basics for the DNA replication. Then we need template, that means for the replication process we need template. Both the strands of DNA double helix serve as a template for the synthesis of new daughter DNA strand, which we called as template. DNA replication's key enzymes, that means for any process enzymes are play very crucial role, and here also in DNA replication the key enzymes are helicase, you can see, DNA polymerase, primase and ligase. Later we will discuss the role of this particular each enzymes. Enzymes and protein. First of all, helicase. It is also known as DNAB protein. It unwinds the DNA because DNA is highly supercoiled. So helicase help to unwind the DNA. Then primase, with the help of so many types of protein, we call it as primosome, synthesizes the RNA primer, and after the synthesis of RNA primer, the DNA replication process starts, and the DNA topoisomerase 1 and 2 relieves torsional strand by cutting and joining the single strand or both strand. Enzymes and protein, then again DNA polymerase, very important enzyme because the polymerization reaction takes place by the help of the DNA polymerase, and it helps in DNA chain elongation. Then at last in DNA ligase, which join the Okazaki fragment. Later we will discuss what are Okazaki fragments. DNA A protein, it open duplex at the origin of replication where the ori is present. Then SSB, which means single stranded DNA binding protein. That means the protein which bind the single strand of the DNA, and it binds separately and stabilizes it. Then TER binding protein, it prevents the helicase from further unwinding and facilitates termination. DNA protein B or helicase. This helicase, DNA protein B or helicase, unwind the DNA double helix, because this DNA, you can see it is very highly supercoiled, and helicase, it acts like a zipper. That means zipper which unzip the DNA, and when it unzip, the two strands separate out and behave like single strand. So helicase act like a zipper. DNA polymerases, the DNA synthesis is catalyzed by enzyme DNA dependent DNA polymerase. These polymerases require for, first of all, DNA chain elongation, then in DNA repair and in proofreading. DNA repair, 5 to 3 exonuclease activity is present, and for proofreading we require 3 to 5 days exonuclease activity. There are different types of polymerase. Polymerase of eukaryote is somewhat different than in polymerase present in eukaryote. There are basically 3 types of polymerase in prokaryote, that is 1, 2 and 3, and here different type of DNA polymerase which are present in eukaryotes, you can see here. And this type 1, type 2 and type 3 and eukaryotic polymerase, this different type of eukaryotic polymerase function in a different way. First of all, you see 1, it helps in gap filling and it synthesizes between the Okazaki fragment of lagging strand. 2, it basically helps in DNA proofreading and DNA repair. And 3rd, leading and lagging strand synthesis, type 3, which is RNA primer or primer. Primer is a short piece of RNA which is required for the synthesis of DNA, because DNA synthesis is not initiated by DNA polymerase. It needs primer synthesized by DNA dependent RNA polymerase, which is called as primase, in 5 to 3 direction using DNA as a template. The enzyme primase, in association with single stranded DNA binding protein, form a complex which is known as primosome, and it produces the RNA primer, and just the initiation process starts. Basically there are 3 steps of DNA replication: initiation, elongation and termination. In initiation, DNA A protein recognizes and binds to the ori, that is origin of replication of DNA, and it denatures the DNA. Prokaryote, which have a single circular DNA, unwind in such a way as to form a eye or bubble. That means when it will open, it look like a bubble. Replication of double-stranded DNA is bidirectional. You can see here double-stranded DNA. Here is the ori. When the helicase binds, it opens it and it see like a bubble. replication bubble you can say, or replication I. In eukaryotic replication, it begins at multiple sites composed almost exclusively of AT base pair along the DNA sequence, which is called as consensus sequence. This consensus sequence or conserved sequence. DNA protein A recognize and bind to the ori of DNA and denature the DNA, and helicase bind to this region and unwind the two complementary DNA strand. This is a helicase. It helps in the unzipping of the double-stranded DNA. The unwinding leads to the formation of V or Y-shaped structure, which is called as replicating fork. And this from this side the process proceed. And this SSB, it stabilizes the separated strand and prevent their reassociation. It helps to bind in single-stranded DNA, and it prevent again the association of the DNA. The stress which is produced by supercoiling is released by topoisomerases, which is also of two types, topoisomerase 1 and topoisomerase 2. You can see here, this is a double-stranded DNA. Here this circular one is SSB protein. It binds to the single-stranded DNA and help in reassociation, and the helicase unwind the DNA, and SSB protein bind to the DNA strand. Now just relax your backbone and let yourself unwind, just for an easy way to understand. Once the strands are sufficiently separated, binding of primase takes place and forms a complex with protein, which we have discussed, called as primosome, which recognize a specific site for the synthesis of RNA primer. This is a primase enzyme which form the RNA primer, and this primase help in the synthesis of RNA primer. And when the RNA primer is synthesized, then only this DNA polymerase can move further for the polymerization reaction. Replicating fork. First, DNA protein recognize and bind to the ori of the DNA and successively denature the DNA. DNA B protein, which is called as helicase, then bind to this region and unwind the parental DNA and form V or Y-shaped where active synthesis occurs, and this particular region is called as replicating fork. The stress which is produced due to the unwinding by the helicase, it is released by the topoisomerases by cutting either one or both strands. Here the single-stranded DNA binding protein, as we know, it stabilizes the separated strand and prevent their reassociation. This is the diagram you can see here. The DNA is anti-parallel. Here is 3 to 5 and 5 to 3. The synthesis occurs in 5 to 3 direction. When this helicase bind, it separates the double-stranded DNA, and in single-stranded DNA SSB protein bind, and these are the Okazaki fragment. This is called as lagging strand, this is leading strand. RNA primer, here only one RNA primer is needed in leading strand. In lagging strand, several types of RNA primer are required, and the direction of the movement of replication fork in this way, and the replication occurs in 5 to 3 direction. That means synthesis occurs in 5 to 3 direction. Then again, this is the diagram. Here we see helicase unwind the DNA, whereas SSB, it separates the DNA strand. Primase, it creates the primer, and DNA polymerase, it begins to build DNA nucleotides, to elongate it. Then the elongation, DNA polymerase, that means in DNA replication, DNA polymerase enzyme, it is a master builder. DNA polymerase is, it carry out the process of polymerization of nucleotide and the formation of polynucleotide chain. And this enzyme is called replicase when it replicates the DNA molecule and inherited by the daughter cell. In 1959, for the first time, A. Kornberg discovered the enzyme in E. coli which polymerized the deoxyribonucleotide triphosphate on a DNA template and produced the complementary strand of DNA. And this enzyme was called as DNA polymerase. Later on it was named as Kornberg polymerase or Kornberg enzyme after the name of the discoverer for demonstrating in vitro polymerization of DNA. For the catalysis of polymerization, it requires 4 types of triphosphate which we have previously discussed: a template, a primer for the initiation of catalytic activity, and Mg+2.
Karish Doctor is now up to date.
DNA polymerase III, it initiates the synthesis of new DNA strand by adding deoxyribonucleotide to the third end of the RNA primer, and thus type 3 can synthesize a new chain only in 5:3 direction. Both the strands are synthesized simultaneously but in opposite direction. One is in the direction toward the replication fork and the other one is in the direction of the replication fork. Because there are in bidirectional replication there are 2 strands to synthesize. This we have already discussed. Lagging strand. The DNA chain which runs in the 5:3 direction is copied by DNA polymerase III as a discontinuous manner because synthesis can only proceed in the 5:3 direction. Thus this strand is known as lagging strand and it requires numerous RNA primer. This you can see lagging strand, and here first primer, second primer, and so many primers are required to initiate the synthesis. Okazaki fragment. As the replication fork move on lagging strand, RNA primer are synthesized at specific interval. So these RNA primer are extended by DNA pol 3 into very short pieces of DNA, and these short pieces of DNA are called as Okazaki fragment. These are very short, newly synthesized, that are formed on the lagging template strand during replication, and the fragments are between 1000 to 2000 nucleotide long in prokaryote, whereas in eukaryote approximately 150 nucleotide, and they are separated by 10 nucleotide RNA primer. 2 Okazaki fragments are connected into one continuous newly synthesized complementary strand by enzyme ligase. Here you can see these are the Okazaki fragment by the name of the scientist Okazaki. Then DNA pol 1. Upon completion of lagging strand synthesis, the RNA primer are removed from fragment by DNA polymerase 1. It also fills the gap which are produced, and DNA pol 1 cannot join 2 polynucleotide chain together. DNA ligase, it is a enzyme which joins the DNA strands, a gap, it fills the gap. As DNA pol 1 cannot join 2 polynucleotide chain together, an additional enzyme is required. For an additional enzyme, DNA ligase is required to perform this function. It joins the 2 polynucleotide chains together by catalyzing the formation of phosphodiester bond to seal the Okazaki fragment. This is a DNA ligase and it joins the gap or seal the gap. Then at last termination, Termination sequence requires TER protein and it terminates the replication with the help of this TER binding protein. It binds the sequence and prevents the helicase from further unwinding the DNA, and thus it facilitates the termination process of replication. This is also the diagram of DNA replication. You can also go through this. And at last, proofreading activity by the enzymes. DNA is copied by DNA polymerase with high fidelity. Incorrect nucleotides are incorporated with the frequency of 1 in 108 to 1012 bases, which would lead to mutation. Mismatch occur more frequently but do not lead to stable incorporation because all three DNA polymerase have 3 to 5 exonuclease activity, that means proofreading activity, and 1 to 2 are known to excise mismatched nucleotide before the introduction of the next nucleotide. That means proofreading activity occurs in DNA replication. This is a table, it shows the difference between the prokaryotic and eukaryotic DNA replication, which can further help you. And I hope you will all like this video and it will be somewhat helpful to you to understand this topic. That's all. Thank you.